Hi everyone. So today I decided to choose option A for this assignment because I am looking to be a speech language pathologist in my future. So I thought that this would be a really good idea to pick for this assignment. So today I'm going to be talking about different language variations and dialect variation. So dialect variation can be a huge issue for speech language pathologists because first off, it can really impact the assessment and treatment of speech and language disorders. Children who grow up speaking a dialect encounter a way higher level of complexity when learning to read and write because of a linguistic mismatch between their speech and the standard written language. Speech language pathologists also need to be able to distinguish dialect uses from other usages that reflect disordered speech because it helps them provide appropriate treatment for their patients. So by understanding whether a person's speech differences are due to a dialect or a disorder,
it can be very difficult for most speech language pathologists to make these distinctions because some speech features can be present in both of these situations.
ASHA, which is the American Speech Language Hearing Association, recommends that speech language pathologists demonstrate cultural competence and sensitivity to linguistic diversity when working with different clients from diverse backgrounds, including those who speak non-mainstream dialects. The American Speech Language Hearing Association also recommends that speech language pathologists should be aware of the linguistic and cultural backgrounds of their clients. They should also be able to recognize dialectual variations as normal and valid linguistic behaviors. They also say to use appropriate assessment procedures that consider dialectual variations and to differentiate between dialectual variations and speech disorders in their evaluations. They also say to provide intervention that is sensitive to the client's dialectual background. Dialect discrimination can significantly impact the assessment and treatment of speech and language differences. It can also lead to the misinterpretation of normal dialect variations as speech disorders resulting in misdiagnosis. It can also affect the overall education of students and could potentially lead to physical or mental bullying. The SLI, which is the speech and language impairment, can influence the test used to evaluate someone's speech. These tools often reflect a bias towards the standard dialect, and this can lead to an overall misdiagnosis of speech disorders in speakers of non-standard dialects. Negative attitudes about dialects can worsen this issue. A disorder within dialect approach differs from the traditional dialect versus disorder approach by recognizing the interaction between dialectual variations and speech disorders in children who speak non-mainstream dialects. This certain approach is very much needed because it distinguishes between dialectual variations and speech disorders. The picture that I chose to put into this slideshow shows that there is a huge difference between language disorders and dialectual variation disorders. Since I am a sophomore in college right now studying to be a speech language pathologist, this activity was really meaningful to me. I really enjoyed learning about all of these different dialect variations because I never knew about them before this activity. Overall, I feel a mix of both excitement and concern about all of these issues that I researched. On one hand, I am very, very excited about the opportunity to learn and grow in my understanding of dialectual variation, knowing that this knowledge will definitely help me become a more effective speech-language pathologist in my future. But on the other hand, I am definitely a bit anxious about the challenges and complexities that are involved in this, especially in navigating dialect discrimination, which is a huge issue, and making sure that I am providing the best care for my future clients that I'm going to have. I am overall very, very eager to learn more about these different issues, including dialect discrimination and all of the things that I researched throughout this project, and I really just can't wait to see where my future leads me. So thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed.